Hello guys, welcome to another video in the series of coding. Today we have with us a problem that is called best time to buy and sell stock with transaction fee, and this is the daily challenge problem for today. You are given an array prices where prices of I is the price of a given stock on the ith day and an integer fee representing a transaction fee. Find the maximum profit you can achieve. You may complete as many transactions as you like, but you need to pay the transaction fee for each transaction. So many transactions are allowed, but every time you do a transaction, you have to bear the cost of transaction. You may not engage in multiple transactions simultaneously, so you must sell the stock before you buy again. Okay, let's try to take this particular example to understand. So if this is the particular array of prices that is given to us, right? So in this case we have many options, right? So you can think of many options. Maybe the simplest will be, if you do just one transaction, maybe buy at day 1, sell at last day. So in this case you will be earning a profit of 9 minus 1 minus 2. Why 9 minus 1 minus 2? Because you are selling when the price is 9, you are buying when the price is 1, and you are paying a fees of 2. So 9 minus 1 is 8, 8 minus 2 is 6, right? So in this case you will be finally earning a profit of 6. So let's think of some other example. So maybe you buy when the price is 3, you sell when the price is 8, then you buy when the price is 4, then sell it when price is 9. So in this case, in the first transaction, you will be earning a profit of 8 minus 3 minus 2, because you are selling when the price is 8, you are buying when the price is 3. So 8 minus 3, that is 5. 5 minus 2, 2 because of the transaction fee that you have to pay. So 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Then in the second transaction, when you are doing, you are buying when the price is 4, you are selling when the price is 9. So 9 minus 4 minus 2, 2 for the transaction fee. So 9 minus 4 is 5, 5 minus 2 is 3. So in this case, you are earning 3 profit in both the transactions. So you will be earning a total profit of 3 plus 3, which is 6. Okay, let's think of some other example. So we have to find the maximum profit, right? So in this case, the maximum profit will be when you buy at 1, sell at 8, then buy at 4, sell at 9. So in this case, you will be earning a profit of 8 minus 1 minus 2. So 8 minus 1 is 7, 7 minus 2 is 5. Then when you are buying at 4, selling at 9, you will be earning a profit of 9 minus 4 minus 2. 9 minus 4 is 5, 5 minus 2 is 3, and then you will be earning profit of 3 in second transaction, profit of 5 in first transaction. So finally you will be earning 3 plus 5, which is equal to 8. So this is the maximum profit you can earn. So let's try to take some example to understand this in a much clearer way. Let's try to build the logic. So suppose this is the prices array that is given. I have taken this example, and let's try to find the maximum profit that we can make. So what we can do is, for any particular day, you can either buy the stock or you can either sell the stock, right? So you have two options: so buy the stock or sell the stock. Okay, now let me write the prices of the stock on each day in this column wise fashion. So on the first day, the price of the stock is 3. On the second day, price of the stock is 9. Okay, third day, price of the stock is 1. Fourth day, price of the stock is 5. Fifth day, price of the stock is 8. And sixth day, price of the stock is 10. Okay, so this is the table that I have with us. Okay, now let me try to build this table so that I can finally find the maximum profit in the end. Okay, so this is my table, and let me just draw lines so that I can find the answer. So this is the table. Okay, now each day we have two options, right? So we can buy the stock or you can sell the stock. So if you are buying the stock and a new day, you must have closed the sale already. You cannot buy when you are already holding a stock. There's an important point that you have to remember. So you can buy only if you are not holding any previous stock, and you can sell only if you are holding some particular stock of before. Okay, so let's start from day one. So day one, okay, let's just think about day one for now, because when you are at day one, you are not able to see the other days. You are only able to see at day one. So suppose you are entering day one. So now what you can do is, let's consider the buy option. So if you have to buy on day one, so what will be the price you have to pay? So let me write fees also. So suppose fees is 2 for this particular example. Let's take fees as 2. So in this, suppose you are buying at the price of 3. So you are buying 3, so you are paying 3 rupees, and also you are going to spend 2 rupees on the transaction fee. So minus 3 minus 2. So minus 5. So totally you are spending 5 rupees. So since you are entering the stock market with price of 0, okay, assume you are entering the stock market with 0 rupees. So you will have to pay 3 rupees and you will have to pay 2 rupees So totally you're paying 5 rupees if you're buying the stock on day one. Okay, let's think about selling. Okay, now let's go to the next possible case. So in this case, you are selling the stock. If you can you sell the stock at day one? So you cannot sell the stock on day one. Why you cannot sell? Because it is just day one. You don't have any stock to sell. So you cannot buy the stock on day one and sell on day one itself. So we have seen they have given clearly in the question. So you cannot do this because you need to hold a stock to sell a stock. So you don't have any stock from the previous days. So you cannot do anything. So you will just write zero here. So this is for the first column because you can not sell a stock as you don't own any stock. So on first day maybe you could have bought a stock. Okay, now let's go to the next day. So now we are entering day 2. Okay, so now we are entering day 2. So day 1 stock price was 3, day 2 stock price was 9. Okay, now you are entering day 2. Now in day 2 let's just consider the buy. Okay, let's just consider buy option. So you have now two options, either, okay, now once you know the stock price of day 2 also, now you can think and decide. Now you have two options, right? So what are the two options? Either you hold the stock which you had bought previously, okay, or, okay, so either you hold the stock that you had bought previously, or you buy the stock now. So let's think about both the options one by one. So if you hold the stock previously, okay, let me say I am holding the stock. That means I am not buying any stock for this particular day. So if I am holding the stock of which I had bought in day 1 itself, so I am not buying any stock on day 2. So if I am holding, what would have been my cost? So my cost is just the same as before, because on day 1 whatever I bought, right, that will only remain the cost because I'm not buying anything on day 2. So I have an option of choosing either 5, from either -5, that is holding the stock, or, okay, or what is my second option? My second option is I buy the stock on day 2. Okay, so buy on day 2. So let me try to write it properly. So buy the stock on day 2. So if I am buying the stock on day 2, now let me think about this option. If I am buying the stock on day 2 means I could not have bought the stock on day 1, because if I cannot hold two stocks at one time, right? You cannot buy on day 1 and buy on day 2 also. So if you are buying on day 2, you would not have bought on day 1. So you had this option. So you have, if you buy on day 2, how much cost will you have to pay? So you will have to pay the cost of 9 rupees plus transaction fee, right? 9 rupees is the stock price and transaction fees is 2 rupees. So minus 9 minus 2, right? So minus 9 minus 2 is minus 11. So you have this particular option. So from minus 5 comma minus 11, you have to choose. Why comma from minus 5 comma minus 11? Because minus 5, either you hold the stock what you had bought before, or you buy a stock on this particular day. So from minus 5 comma minus 11, which is better? Minus 5 is better, right? So I will fill minus 5 here. So I am just holding the stock that I bought previously. I don't want to buy the stock now, because obviously, as you can see, day 1 the price was lower. So if you want to buy, you will obviously buy at lower price. Okay, now let's go to the sell case. Okay, let's think of the sell case. So we have to fill this particular value. So now let's think about sell. So in sell also you have two options. Okay, the two options are either you don't do anything. Okay, either you don't do anything, or you sell. So let's think about both options. So if you don't do anything means what? If you don't do anything on day 2 means, okay, means you didn't buy the stock on day 1 also. You didn't buy the stock on day 1, right? So you didn't buy the stock on day 1, and you are remaining so if you didn't buy a stock, you cannot sell a stock. So you are remaining silent on day 2 because you don't have any stock. So you don't do anything. So then you will just be at zero, right? So you bought nothing, you sold nothing. Or you can sell the stock. If you sell the stock means you would have bought the stock on day 1. So if you are selling the stock, then what will be your profit? So whatever you had bought on day 1, so when you had bought on day 1, you had to spend 5 rupees, right? You had to spend 5 rupees, 3 rupees for buying the stock and 2 rupees as the transaction fees. Now if you are selling the stock, you will earn 9 rupees. Okay, you will earn 9 rupees. So if you are selling the stock, you will earn 9 rupees, but you had paid 5 rupees previously. So then you will be earning a profit of 4. So now you have two options for day 2. So what are the two options? Either you don't do anything, right? Either you don't do anything, or you sell the stock. So 0 comma 4, from 0 comma 4, which is maximum? 4 is maximum. So you will sell the stock. So you will buy the stock and sell the stock if you have only these 2 days in consideration. So I will write 4 here. So okay, now let me go to the third column. So let me erase all this so that we make some space, and then let's, after that we'll go to the third column. Okay, now let me think about the third case. So in the third day, what I have a stock price of 1. Okay, interesting. Let's think about this. So in the third day, again, let me just consider the buy option first. Okay, let me just go step by step. So let me consider the buy option. So in buy, I have two things. Okay, so I can either hold the stock, I can either hold the stock, or I can buy the stock today. So okay, so I can either hold the stock or buy the stock. So if I am holding the stock, let me consider that. So if I am holding the stock which I had bought previously, okay, previously I had 2 days. In that 2 days, okay, in that 2 days, day one and day two, buying the stock at day one was feasible, was more profitable in the sense. If I had to buy only, I had bought at day one. Now I can hold this particular stock which I had bought at day one. Okay, so if I am holding the stock which I had bought at day one, then what will be my profit? So my profit will just be whatever is there in the above column. So that is -5. So if I hold the stock, okay, then I had paid 3 rupees and then I had paid 2 rupees transaction fee, so then it will cost me -5. If I buy the stock now, if I buy the stock means what? Means I would have bought the stock on day one and then I would have sold the stock on day two, okay, in this particular example, and then I'm buying again on day three. So in this case, what will be my profit? So if I'm buying on day one, selling on day two, we have already seen the profit for that is 4 rupees, right? Profit for that is 4 rupees. And now if I buy the stock, so if I do this thing, if I buy the stock on day 3, okay, then I have the option of, that means I chose the option of buying on day 1, selling at day 2, and now buying at day 3. So if I buy at day 3, I would have earned the profit of before, right? I had an option of selling the stock before, so in that I earned a profit of 4. Now for buying, I would have earned a, I would have I would have borne a cost of 1 and a transaction fees of 2, right? So 4 minus 1 minus 2. 4 minus 1 is 3, 3 minus 2 is 1. So 4 is the profit that I earned before by buying the stock at 3, selling the stock at 9. By that I earned a profit of 4, and then now when I'm buying the stock on day 3, I am losing 1 rupees and I'm losing 2 rupees in transaction fees. So overall I am at this position -1. Now I have two options to choose from, okay, -5 comma 1. I have two options. So on day 3, if I hold the stock, I will be at -5. If I buy a stock on day 3, I will be at 1. So what I will choose, I will do 1. Okay, I will do 1. So now let's think about the sell option. Okay, let's think about the sell option in this particular case on day 3. So if we have to sell, then we have again two options. Okay, so what are the two options? So in sell, we have the option of either, holding the stock, okay, either sell the stock or either don't do anything on this particular day. Okay, so either sell the stock or don't do anything. So if you want to sell the stock, if you want to sell the stock, means what? Means you will sell a stock which you had bought before. Okay, so in the before 2 days, okay, in the before 2 days, which stock buying was more feasible? Buying the stock on day one was most feasible, right? So buying stock on day one was most feasible. This stock you are going to sell, so you are going to sell the stock on day 3. So then what will be your profit? So see, we will see from this particular row. So if buying the stock is costing us -5, right? So buying the stock is costing us -5, and if we are going to sell on day 3, then we will be able to gain a profit of 1. So 1 minus 5 is equal to -4. So this is the option when you're selling the stock on day 3. Let's think about don't do anything. Okay, so if you don't do anything, that means what? You will just remain in the state which you were in day 2, right? So till day 2, whatever state you were in, that only you will remain. So day 2, what was your state? Your state was this 4. So you bought the stock at day 1, sold at day 2, you will remain on this particular state. You're not doing anything. So in that state, okay, so you have to compare between 4 and -4. So if you don't do anything, you will be at 4. If you sell the stock on day 3, you will be at -4. So if you compare between 4 comma -4, which is better? 4 is better, so I will fill 4 here. Okay, now let's go to day 4. So maybe it may be a little, I think, confusing now, but I think once we fill the table and we go over again, then I do hope that it will be fine. So let's think about day 4, right? So in day 4, now the stock price is 5, okay? So now we'll come to stock price 5, and now we are at day 4. So we will consider buy first and then we'll consider sell. Okay, so we'll try to fill this particular first, this particular column, which is buy. Okay, so now if you are buying, you have two options. Either you hold the stock, okay, from before, or you buy the stock on this particular day. So now if you hold the stock from before, then what are you doing? You are just seeing the data table from the previous row. Okay, so from the previous row in the just above column, so you are seeing that you are at position 1, right? So that means you are just holding the stock, you are holding the stock of previous state. So in the past 3 days, whatever you did after that, if you are left with a stock in hand, if you are having one stock in hand, and if you are holding that stock, then you will be at a total profit of 1. Okay, but what if you are buying the particular stock at this particular day? Means if you are buying the stock at this particular day, means you will have to see this particular value, right? So you will have to see this particular value, because you would have, this value represents what you have bought some stock and you have closed some stock, right? And now you are ready to buy another new stock. So if you have bought some stock and sold some stock, okay, then you would have earned a profit of 4. So in the previous 3 days you have bought some stock and sold some stock which was most profitable, then you earned a profit of 4, and you are buying now on day 4. So if you are buying on day 4, you will have to bear the cost of 5, and then you will have to bear the transaction fee. So transaction fees is 2, so you will have to bear this. So 4 minus 5 minus 2 is what? 4 minus 5 is minus 1, minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. So now between holding the stock, between being at position 1 and position minus 3, which is more profitable? 1 is profitable, right? So I will write 1 here. So I'm just holding the stock. It is not profitable to buy the stock at day number 4. Okay, now let's think about selling the stock. So we are again at day 4, and now we have option of selling the stock or don't do anything. Okay, so now when you are at option of selling the stock, what will you choose? So if you are selling the stock, that means what? That means you would have bought some stock before. So we will look at this particular data entry. So if you are at this particular data entry, that means you are having one stock which you have bought in hand, whichever was most profitable case. Okay, that stock you are having in hand. So that is at position 1. Now you are selling that particular stock. So if you are selling the stock, you will earn a profit of 5, right? So you will earn a profit of 5. So to buy it, finally, after everything in the previous 3 days, whatever you have done, you are at state 1, right? You are having 1 in hand. Now you are selling the stock on day number 4. So then you are bearing an additional profit of 5. So 5 plus 1 is 6. If you are not doing anything, that means you have bought some stock, you have sold some stock, or you have remained as such, whatever you have done in the previous 3 days. Now in the fourth day, you are just remaining silent, you are not doing anything. Whatever is your previous state, you will be at that particular state. Okay, so you have bought some stock, you have closed some stock in this case. Okay, and you are remaining at this state, so then you will be at state of 4, you will be at a profit of 4. So between 4 and 6, if you have to choose, you will obviously choose 6. Okay, so you will choose 6, so I will write 6 here. Okay, now let's go to the last day. So now let's go to the last day. So last day you have okay, it's not last day, it's second last day. You are having 8. Okay, let's go over this. So you are having a cost of 8. Now let's think buy. Okay, so if you are buying the stock on this particular day, okay, that means, so either you have two option, either buy a stock or hold a stock from before. Okay, so you need to have one stock in hand. Okay, that is what this particular column represents. In this particular column, entire time, if you have to have a stock in hand, then what will be the price, whichever is more profitable. Okay, so first thing is buying a stock on this day profitable. If you are buying the stock on this day, means you would have closed the deals on previous day. Okay, so whatever you have done, so we look at this particular column. Okay, so this particular value is 6. So you have bought previously and closed previously, and you are finally at a stock free state, and you are at a profit of 6. Now you are buying the stock on this particular day, which is okay, which is day number 5. Now you are buying the stock at day number 5. It is having a cost of 8, so you will give minus 8, and you will also have to spend on transaction fee, so minus 2. So 6 plus minus 8 minus 2, so 6 minus 10. So 6 minus 10 is equal to minus 4. Okay, so you are at this state, or you are choosing to hold the stock of previously. So you are not buying on day 5, you are whatever stock you had previously held in hand, that is what you are continuing to hold. So if that is the case, then from where will you look at that particular value? So you will look at the just above row. So in the above row, you are having 1, right? So after holding the stock, you will be at a profit of 1. So between 1 and minus 4, which will you choose? You will choose 1. So I will fill 1 here. Okay, now let me go over to the sell column. So this is day 5, and you have an option, okay, to either sell or to remain as such. So which will you choose? So now you are at the sell state. So if you are choosing to sell, or if you are choosing to don't do anything, so you have two options. So if you are choosing to sell, that means you would have bought a stock before. So which stock did you buy before? You will look at just one, one before row and this particular value. So you will have, if you are selling, that means you have to pay a cost of one previously. You have bought and dealt with stock, and finally you are holding a stock. To hold a stock, okay, in the past 4 days you have a profit of 1. Now you are selling the stock on this particular day, so you are earning a profit of 8. So 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. So you are at position 9. If you are not doing anything, if you are not doing anything, you are at the position 6. Okay, that means just before row. So from here you will look, so you are at position 6. So which option will you choose between 6 and 9? Which is better? 9 is better, right? So you will choose to sell on this day, because obviously you can see stock price is high on this day. So we will choose to sell on this day. So I will have 9. Okay, now let me just quickly go over the last day. So in the last day, I am having a stock price of 10. Okay, and I have, first let me look at the buy side. So I have two options. Okay, so I have two options. I will either choose to buy this stock on this particular day, on day 6, or I will hold the stock from before. Okay, so let me consider both option, buy or hold the stock. So if I am buying the stock, then what do I do? If I am buying the stock on this day, then I will look at this particular value. Okay, because this particular value represents, now I am stock free, I'm not holding any stock. So now I am not holding any stock, so now I can buy a stock. So I am at total profit of 9, and I am buying a stock. So if I am buying a stock, what will it cost me? Minus 10. Okay, minus 2 for the transaction fee. So 9 minus 12, 9 minus 12 is equal to minus 3. Okay, now if I am holding the stock, if I am holding the stock, what will it cost me? I will just look at one row above. So if I am holding the stock, then I will be at um, profit of 1. So which is better, 1 or minus 3? 1 is better. So I will continue to be at this position 1. Okay, now let me look at the last column, which will give me my answer. So the answer will just be the value in this particular row and this particular column, which is the last data entry in the table. So let me look at that. So now I am having a stock price of 10. So now I have two options. Either I sell the stock now, okay, which I have bought previously, one stock I am having in hand. Either I sell that, or I don't do anything. Okay, that means I would have bought, closed, I would have done some transaction in the previous few days. I am remaining with that. I am fine with that. So I'm not doing anything. First option, let me see. If I'm selling the stock on this particular day, then I will look at this particular data value. So this particular data value means 1. Okay, so after doing the transactions, I will end up at 1. And now if I am selling at this particular day, I will earn a profit of 10. So 1 plus 10, 1 plus 10 is equal to 11. So if I sell the stock on this particular day, which is day number 6, then I will be earning a profit of 11 totally. If I don't do anything, I have to just look in the column above. So that is having a data value of 9. So between 9 and 11, which is better? 11 is better, right? So I will sell the stock on this particular day, right? So I will sell the stock on this particular day, and 11 is my answer for this particular problem. So what I have done, so in this particular case, I have obtained the maximum profit that I can obtain. So let me just try to go over. So one particular thing, so for any data value, right, for this particular values in the table, once you are filling the table, what you are doing in the buy side. Okay, so let's consider any column that you are taking. Okay, let's randomly take two columns to try to understand this again. Okay, let's not take early column. Let's take some column like, let me consider this particular column. Okay, in this particular column, what are you doing? So if you have to fill this data value, what are you doing? So you have two options for the buy side, right? So either you hold the stock, or you buy the stock on that particular day. So if you are holding the stock from before, then you are just going to look at one data entry above. Okay, so let me write. So for filling this particular column, I have to take max of what? Just the column above. Okay, if my table is called dp, okay, if this is the dp table, okay, and I am at the ith row, dp of I minus 1, comma, index 0. So max of dp of I minus 1 comma 0, what is this? So this is dp of I comma 0. To fill dp of I comma 0, I will look at, okay, either dp of I minus 1 comma 0, which is this one. Okay, this one, I will either look at that value, means holding the stock at that particular value, or I will buy a new stock. If I am buying a new stock means what? If I am buying a new stock means I would have completed my transaction. This column represents I have completed my transaction. I have bought some stock and I have sold some stock. I don't have any stock in hand. Okay, this particular column represents I don't have a stock. This particular column represents if I have one stock in hand. So if I don't have a stock in hand, okay, for the past 3 days, where I have ended up at a profit of 4. So I have bought some stock, I have sold some stock, and I have ended up at a profit of 4. Right? So I will add that. So what does that mean? So that means dp of I minus 1 and index 1. This represents this data value. Okay, but I'm buying the stock at this day, so I will have to spend the cost of buying at this particular day. So what is that cost? That is just prices of I, right? I am at the ith index, so minus prices of I minus fee. Okay, minus fee. So between these two quantities, between dp of I minus 1 1 minus prices of I minus fee, between this and dp of I minus 1 0. Okay, so between holding the stock or buying the stock at this particular day, whichever is maximum, I will fill that particular data entry here. Okay, this is for the buy side. Let's think about selling side. Okay, if you are at the selling side, what options you have? You have option if you have one pending stock remaining from the previous days. Okay, one stock remaining in hand from the previous days, then you can either sell that particular stock. So if I am doing that, okay, let me take that particular case. So let me take this particular case. So in this particular case, okay, so in this particular case, what I am doing is I have to fill this 6 value. How did I get this 6 value? I took the max of, okay, either I sell the stock. If I'm selling the stock, so what I'm doing, I have a stock left from the previous days. So where do I get the data value? I get the data value from here, right? So dp of I minus 1 comma 0. So that gives me the data value of the stocks which is pending from the previous day. Then what is the total profit that I end up at? Okay, plus if I'm selling the stock, I will be earning a profit of what is that? Prices of I. Right? So I will be earning a profit of prices of I. So this is the profit, comma. So either this quantity, that means if I'm selling the stock on that particular day, or what I'm doing is I am not doing anything. That means I'm just looking at the data value from this previous tables, from the previous few days, whatever I have done. This column represents closed transaction, so I'm staying at that. I am happy with that. I am not doing anything. Is that more profitable? So that is just simply dp of I minus 1 index 1. Okay, so in this particular case, what you will see is dp of I minus 1 0. What is that? That is having a value of 1. Okay, and plus prices of I. What is that? That is having value of 5. So 1 plus 5, 1 plus 5 is having a value of 6. Okay, so is 6 more profitable, or dp of I minus 1 and index 1? So that is 4. Okay, so is holding us is not doing anything or selling a stock, which is more profitable? So 6 is more profitable or 4? 6 is more profitable, right? So I store the value of 6 here. So let's write the code, then I hope it will be even more clearer. So what I do is I just declare a vector and I am calling it dp, because dp is just short for dynamic programming. There's a dynamic programming problem, so dp. Okay, so I am calling it dp, and now I have to give the sizes of it. So what will be sizes of this dp table? So this is my dp table, right? So in the row side, it will just have as many rows as the prices table, right? So I will give prices dot size, same size as this is the row size, same size as the prices. Okay, and what will be the column sizes? So I'm just having two options, buy or sell, right? So column size is just 2. Okay, column size is just 2. So how do I declare that? Vector in 2, and initially I will fill all the values with 0. Okay, now I go forward. Now in the first day, what we had seen is first day we have to fill the value. So first day we have to fill the value of buy. Okay, first day if I'm buying the stock, then how much do I pay? That is dp of 0 0. So if I buy the stock, then how much am I paying? So I am paying what is the cost of that stock at that particular day. Okay, plus I am paying the transaction fee, right? So in this example we saw 3 plus 2 is 5, and we are paying that, so it is a negative sign. So this, and I will put a negative sign in front. So now, and I will go forward. So for int, okay, I equal to 0, I equal to 1, because for 0 comma 0 and for 0 comma 0 1, for 0 0 and 0 1 you have already filled, right? You have already filled this particular data entry, this particular row, so you will start filling from the remaining rows. So that's why I am starting from I equal to 1. And how have I filled for 0 comma 0? I just saw, we just saw now prices of I plus fee. Okay, price of stock at that day plus fee, and we are putting a negative sign because we are paying that cost. And already I filled 0 for all the values, so this particular value will anyway be 0. All the values will be 0 in the table initially. Okay, so now let me start. For int I equal to 1, I less than prices dot size I plus plus. So I have to iterate over the entire DP table. So now what I do, I have to start filling the values one by one. So what values I have to fill? Just two values. What are the two values? So DP of I of 0. So first buy option. So I'm filling the buy table. So how do I fill the buy table? I take minimum of, either I hold the stock at that day or I buy the stock at that day. So if I am holding the stock, I just take the value from the previous row. Okay, so DP of I minus 1 0. So I just take the value from the previous row. Sorry, it's not minimum, it is maximum. Yeah, so it is maximum. So because we have to take the maximum value, right? We have to find the maximum profit. So it is just maximum. So if yeah, just maximum of the particular value. So if maximum of dp of I minus 1 0, that means so consider for this particular day. So if I either just hold the stock from previously, so I just take this particular value, or if I buy a stock on that day, so if I buy a stock on that day, I will be able to retain the profit of previous sellings, but I will have to pay the cost of this particular day. So I have to pay the cost of this particular day means what I have to do is I have to pay the cost. So this same thing I can copy, minus of prices of I plus v, this I will have to pay, but I will be able to retain the profit that I have made by selling the stocks on the previous day. So dp of I minus 1, and you will have 1. Okay, so each time you look, so for how did we fill any particular value? So we just saw, either you hold the stock from the previous day, or you look at the, you will be able to retain the profits, okay, from the previous day, but you will have to add the cost of, or you will have to pay the cost of buying the stock on that particular day. So dp of I minus 1 1 minus prices of I plus v. Okay, now how do we fill the cell table? So dp of I1, so dp of I1 is just max of, what do you do? How do you fill the cell table? So cell table we just saw here, it's even written, right? So either what we do is we just sell the stock on that day, or we don't do anything. So if we sell the stock on that particular day, then from where do you obtain the value? You obtain the value from this particular, okay, from this particular row. So I will write that. So dp of I minus 1 comma 0. Okay, and you're selling the stock, so you will earn the profit. If you're selling on that particular day, you will earn the profit of prices of I. Or you are just looking at the row value above, so dp of I minus 1 comma 1, right? So that means you are not doing anything, you are happy with the transactions before. So that's it. And finally, you can just return dp of, what will be that, prices dot size minus 1, so last value. So at the last day, finally, till the last day, whatever maximum profit you have won, that you will return. So this should work. I hope that it works. And let me submit and see. So there is some error, prices of I plus fee. So I am sorry for this. It should be prices of 0. Because on the first day, whatever is the price, so that's what we will store on day 1. So it is fine. Let me just submit and see. So I hope that it will be accepted. It is an accepted solution. That's it. Thank you for being patient and listening.